Dear students, let us start the discussion on today's newspaper, that is 4th February 2017. There are no much important news today, and most of them are related to the upcoming elections in Punjab and Goa. But in the first article, all set for a big surprise, one word has really attracted me, that is post-material politics. This word has come up in Western political literature. It means that the present day generation is more guided by their opinion and self-expression rather than valuing for physical and economic securities. If we see our parent generation, their first criteria is to get settled. It means that do have certain economic security for them. In the existing scenario with the existing generation, it is not the economic security, it is the voice and choice, the freedom to express their opinions and stand to the things which they believe in. These matters the most. So, as young demography is increasing in India, a kind of post-material politics are also entering into Indian society. And Punjab, having the highest per capita income in the country, it is well placed in the post-material politics. So, corruption and misuse of power, drug abuse, and on this, the voting behavior is going to stand on in the coming elections. The emergence of Aam Aadmi Party in Punjab is a reflection of entry of the post-material politics into India. That's what the article tries to explain us. And the second is, tarred by the oil spill. Now let us see this article. On the in Chennai coast, recently there is an oil spill, and now this has come, or else these oil spills due to collision of the ships has almost a thing of a past because of the GPS systems that have come into existence. Now, whenever an oil spill occurs, the first thing which we have to do is to contain its spread. And the second thing is, we need to understand the direction it is spreading to contain. So here, India or our public response system has measurably failed for the same. Let us see the oil spill, deep oil spill or deep sea horizon challenge that has occurred in Gulf of Mexico in the United States of America. How the US has responded to the crisis, which is proportionately many a times higher, is different than how India has responded to the same. So in this context, let us understand some terms. The National Oil Spill Disaster Contingency Plan, it has to be prepared by the Coast Guard and need to be implemented by the ports. In this, 50% of the fund comes from the center and 50% has to be spent by the ports. So this very disaster plan is not prepared as per the expected dynamics, and it has been miserably failed in this case according to this article. So marine diversity and ecological sensitivity, this has to prevail in the disaster management of a country, but we are losing on this very quickly. And the second thing is the Convention on the Conservation of Migration Species of Wild Animals. India is a signatory. So India's inability to manage this crisis will send the wrong signals to the UN community. That's what this article talks about. So in this case, oil jepper, which is to clean the bacteria to eat away the oil spilled in the water. So this kind of questions previously asked in prelims. Now we can talk about natural oil spill disaster contingency plan. Who will prepare this? And the second thing is, we may get into a question with regard to oil spill chemicals, or else the chemicals which can break the oil into its component and then destroy the spill. So that can be a question on the prelim side over here. Now coming to encounter killings of another kind. So this is about the traps which are being laid for wild animals by a section of a population in Karnataka. So especially it is very much prevalent at the Nagarhole and Bandipur reserves. So a simple question is where the Nagarhole and Bandipur reserves are located. And second is, these are also tiger reserves. So most of the tigers are losing their life due to the traps which are being placed by the people for hunting. So they are not the poachers, they are the local communities. So the forest officials, they don't want to antagonize the local communities because their participation is very much necessary to fight this particular poaching problem. And the next, coming to the world page. So here we have one issue. After the Trump has come up, he has got a series of actions which people thought as an election rhetoric is becoming a reality. In response to the ballistic missile tested by the Iran, Trump administration has imposed the new restrictions, which involve both primary restrictions or primary sanctions and the secondary sanctions. The primary sanctions mean no US company can trade with the Iran companies or the people in the sanction list. Secondary sanction means if any company belonging to any other country, if it is trading with Iran, it will lose the privilege to trade with the American companies and government. Now the primary and secondary sanctions are being imposed against Iran. So the reasons stated are testing of the ballistic missile and Iran's support to Houthi rebels in the case of Yemen. So you know that the sectarian conflict which is going on, Houthis are also Shias. Iran is a Shia dominated country and Saudi Arabia is supporting for the Yemeni rulers. The rebels are getting the resistance from the Iran. So these two are being cited as the reasons for imposition of sanctions against Iran. And coming to the main page, there are no much important news over here other than Punjab and Goa goes to polls today. And then coming to the business page. So this article talks about the progressive taxation. It means that as the income increases, the tax that has to be paid by the individuals also will increase. As to create an egalitarian society, we have to ensure for the higher taxation for individuals with higher income. And added to that, India is highly a tax non-compliant society. If salaried people are being removed, less than 20 lakhs of the people are declaring the income above 5 lakh rupees per annum. So that is dismally low in India. So in this context, the demonetization is expected to bring into open certain money which is being deposited or which is being earned but not declared to the government. And the second is, the government may enjoy a windfall in the form of rise in income tax returns because most of the money has returned to the banks. It means it will be accounted for soon. Now, these are the articles for today. So, in my opinion, there is no strong article to discuss today. But however, as a ritual, we did this. And Sandeep sir's article, we have removed that. And with small modifications, we are going to upload it again. Thank you very much and all the best.